Hey, this is Calibos, and we are trying for the third time to try and successfully record this episode. And it's been super annoying. First time, it crashed when I was getting Grains of Infinity. Um, I don't know. So Grains of Infinity are are gotten by uh, using flint and steel or pretty much anything that lights fires on bedrock, and you have about a 50% chance of doing that, of getting them. So I made 3/4 of a stack, and then I went through the entire process of making the sag mill and the alloy smelter, which is quite a process. It's actually like 50 million steps. It involves making this industrial dye blend, which we had to grind down nether quartz and coal and cactus and stuff like that. Um, I actually made the simple sag mill first. Um, this one, it was fairly simple, thus the name. It's just iron bars around grains of infinity. Iron bars, if you don't remember, are just 6 iron ingots. Alloy smelter isn't that much different. Um, so stone compound gears or stone gears, buckets, iron. The gears are fairly simple. It's just like sticks and cobblestone and stuff like that. So I went ahead and made a simple sag mill, or a simple alloy smelter. Then I made a simple powered furnace, which you can see the recipe is not terribly different. It's just iron furnace, some stone bricks, another simple chassis, stuff like that. Um, then I went ahead and, you know, once I had the sag mill, I ground up some lapis, ground up some nether quartz. Um, then I got clippings, and I pretty much dinked through this little bit before I discovered that cactus guarantees at least 3. So I went ahead and got cactus from over by the pond, ground that up into the clippings, and then used the clippings with an egg basically to get the organic green dye I needed. Uh, the organic black dye, it's this stuff, is made from pulverized charcoal or coal, and again, eggs. And that is pretty much what I did. It, you know, it pretty much took forever, this sag mill. It did. It was annoying. Then I went ahead and I used this recipe to make a better alloy smelter, the more normal one. I had to come up with dark steel. Dark steel ingots. You get the dark steel ingots from an alloy smelter using obsidian, pulverized coal, and iron. And this, as far as I'm aware, it has to be actual coal. You'll notice that I am having the remains of those in my inventory. And that wasn't super challenging, so that recipe went, once I had all of the ingredients in the chassis, it went fairly quickly. But I'm here to tell you, this mod is now a lot grindier and more pointless than it used to be. So yeah, sag mill and alloy smelter. I guess I'm just gonna keep going a little bit since, you know, it wasted all my time. As far as that goes, it's not a complete waste of time because the longer we go, the more we're picking up ores and such like that. Let's check out the furnace, or not the furnace. You'll notice that I moved or got rid of the extreme reactor that was here, the small one. and I've made some changes to this one. I removed the two pointless simple power cells. So I don't know if you caught it, but this just turned itself on and then off really quick. So if you watch, it's going to tick down below 70%, turns on, and then as it gets above 70%, it turns off again, which, you know, it heats up enough so that it actually creates a buffer. So that's this. So you remember the redstone transmitter and receiver that we used down below? So I've got some more. And I set this to active while below 70%. So while this is below 70%, and this is, you know, I selected this one so it's checking the internal storage of the reactor. I picked active while below, set it to 70%, and then I clicked commit. So when it's below 70%, it sends a signal to this transmitter, through this transmitter to this receiver. So this, I have it set, I selected input toggle reactor on and off, and I changed it to set from signal, and I selected commit. So now, whenever it gets a redstone signal, the reactor is on. You know, if I wanted to, I could actually just put a lever here and use that. But what this does is, this is going to conserve fuel. It's only going to be on when it needs to be. And the more I use it, the more it'll be on. I can come over here, you know, I've got like 4 ingots there of cyanide, the waste, which can be reprocessed, and at some point I probably will. But this is really what I have been doing. The idea is I especially just wanted this freaking sag mill. Because I'm tired of using this grindstone. It's horrible. I'm gonna get rid of it. And it's gone. And I'm never gonna think about it again until I empty my inventory. So let's look at AE2, because why not? So I pulled the diamonds out of here. Gold, 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 gold. I need to look in this one. Gold. There's gold in those tacos. By the way, just as I was watching a video earlier, and somebody was talking about having silver in water and stuff like that. Don't do that. You'll get argyria, which is basically silver metal poisoning. Turns your skin blue. It's got some consequences to it. Just, you know, talk to a doctor before you get into a fad. They actually get, and I know this is going to be weird, they get actual training from medical stuff. You know, just because the FDA and doctors shut something down doesn't mean they're trying to, like, you know, protect the money-making whatever. Sometimes it actually means that it's a really silly idea to do things. So yeah, just avoid like silver particulates if you can. Really, it's not a good idea to have like particulate metals in stuff that you drink, because while we do need some things, yeah, just avoid that. Talk to a physician. They know what they're doing, I promise. Most of them. Anyway, sidetracked. So let's look at inscribers. Engineering, was it logic that we wanted? So yeah, we're going to toss that in there, and that's going to eventually work its way through. So we're actually going to look at making some more of these inscribers. How about... Okay, let's get rid of this because we want to do a energy sticks now. Inscriber, there we go. So I'm rather fond of refined storage, but I can dink around with these. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to set up a little area for inscribing. Let's get some building blocks and put some of the rest of this stuff away. It's interesting how some of this stuff is... Let's not build with obsidian. So let's get some of this. Let's put it here. Let's put it up a little bit. Oh, I'm so good at this. Aren't you guys jealous of my awesome skills? Alright, so we have the inscriber. The only difficulty with this being over here is power. So one of the things you're not seeing is without a controller, a network can have pretty much 8 devices attached to it. So without a controller, you have 8 channels. So I mean, if I was super excited about it, I could just have an energy acceptor, and maybe we can make another one. Oh my gosh, that not typing thing is really annoying. So we'll put an energy acceptor here. And we're gonna grab another one of our cubes. So one of the reasons I'm not too fussed about there we go. One of the reasons I'm not too fussed about just kind of like applying these everywhere is the more that we have, the more available power we have. So if we do a hard pull on something, like we just do a crazy ton of crafting with the sag mill or whatever, you know, we'll have backup power to go through before the the generator has to worry too much. Okay, so looking at this, we want to be able to feed from the top, we want to be able to feed from the bottom, and we want to be able to feed from the back, and then we'll pull out from this side. So it's this diagram, you know, and this. So it's fairly simple, but we still are going to need to power it. So now it's powered. Let's pull out a item duct. So like I said, this side pulls out, it extracts. That inserts. We do not extract. Let's hop up to the top here. That's going to insert. And then that's going to insert. So just we'll grab a chest, and then we can do this. So let's look at filters really quick. Oh my gosh. So we want these. How much paper do we have? Not enough. Do we have paper trees in here? We do. Do we have bonsai? We do not. Sugarcane. How much sugarcane do we have in here? So let's go get some paper or sugarcane. I had to look over for a second to make sure that I'm still having iron. Chests. We've got a couple of chests. Alright, so chests, iron, so we need at least 4 of these. And I'm an idiot because I totally had a bunch of these already. Did I not grab the paper? I didn't grab the paper. I know, don't mock me too hard, guys. So, hey, yeah, you remember we were looking at litherite, right? For the purposes of our environmental tech. So if we do this, environmental tech, so now not only are we like accumulating litherite, but we're accumulating iridium. So, rhodium. So we'll need these for different modifiers for later and for structure frame 2. So I haven't looked up how many we're going to need, but the tier 2 one is going to be at least as many as the tier 1 stuff. So bare minimum, we're going to need 48 iridium. So we're going to have to leave that going for a while. Sorry, I just thought that was a guy. Leave that going for a little while. So we need 4 filters. Takes 4 craftings. Filtering for dummies, so I'm filtering for myself. So we'll take some redstone. Redstone's going to go in the back. Redstone. So got him filter. So we want a whitelist redstone. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to do that, and we're going to do that. So this is going to insert and extract. So the bottom we want to put silicon in, and the top is going to be, I wonder if we can use ghost stuff, ghost blocks. So a ghost block is basically just, you know, a phantom item. So for example, if I were doing that, that is a ghost block or a phantom item. And I'm really pleased that it like had the line. So we want to look at processors. No. So I don't remember what they're called, and I am not seeing them off the top of my head. Because there's that one. That's going to go in the bottom. So we need logic. So we need a engineering, and we need a calculation. And that's the top. The bottom one, we will filter, the whitelist, and we're going to say silicon. And we're going to drag that in. So the idea is this will extract. Now we need the processor. Oops. Processor. We'll show the whitelist, and we want one of you, and one of you, and one of you. So now it will just pull those out. That's probably not super necessary, but you know, I felt better. So now if I put redstone in here, it's going to always keep a redstone in the middle. So silicon. So if I take these, and one of these, give me that. Come over here to this. This has made 64 of those. Put the silicon back in. Put that in because we just need it. And if we put these in, it's automatically going to have that in the bottom. And then we put these in here, and it's automatically putting it at the top. Pulls it through, pulls it out, starts the process over. So now, whenever we want to make the finished process, we can just put the ingredients in this, and it'll auto-print them. So that saves power, it saves channels. We can basically just set up a couple of these for each of the things that need to be done, and they won't necessarily have to take up channels except for the crafting into here. So yeah, that's pretty much that. I mean, we need to get sand and stuff, but the way that we're going to get sand is we're going to take gravel, and we're going to toss that in the sag mill, and hope that gives us sand. Ta-da! So the reason this flint is here is the flint, if you look, it works as a grinding ball. Basically, it gives the machine something to work against. And you'll see that it uses slightly less power. It gives you a 20% improved chance on your main output and a 25% improvement on your bonus output. So if we were super peachy keen on stuff like this, and don't ask me why I said that, I am a fruitcake, and we took a drawer. Okay, how about a chest? Okay, I don't know why I did that either. And we took some wood. We did that. So if we take a little bit of this, come on, pick it up, pick it up. Put that in here. Do we have any keys? The key may be something that I lost. So how about a drawer key? So we need a drawer. Alright, So I'll finish this up later, but basically my goal is to do something along the lines of push-pull. So, but I'm going to lock this so that it's just flint, so that it will automatically pull out flint from this process and keep the sag mill loaded. So that's pretty much my plan. And it was a good plan. And yeah. Anyway, hopefully this one has sound now. It looks like it is. I'm watching the mic bounce up and down. It says the desktop audio is not working, so I don't know if there's Minecraft sounds, but that's not as necessary, I guess. So we'll see what happens. But if you liked the episode, leave a like. If you didn't, don't. If there are problems, like, I don't know, sound issues, definitely tell me, because I need to keep a better eye on that stuff. So yeah, everything can go below. Yeah, so have a good night. Thanks for coming. Catch you next time.